A very warm welcome to everyone. Today, I, Ria Khanna, a legal intern under Lexis and Company, am here virtually to express my views on constitutionality of death penalty. The Supreme Court of India is the highest judicial authority of the country and has given authoritative decisions on various points of law from time to time. The Apex Court has examined the constitutional validity, procedure, and many other issues related to the death sentence and delivered its valuable verdict on numerous occasions in the last 50 to 60 years. The constitutionality of death penalty has been questioned before the Supreme Court several times on the ground that it contravenes provisions incorporated in the Indian Constitution. However, the court has made it clear many times that the imposition of death penalty is not opposed to the supreme law of the land. Justice Bhagwati is of the opinion that Section 302 of the IPC, insofar as it provides for imposition of death penalty as an alternative to life sentence, is ultra vires and void as being violative of Article 14 and 21 of the Constitution, since it does not provide any legislative guidelines as to when life should be permitted to be extinguished by the imposition of death sentence. Let's talk about the constitutionality and procedural reforms of death penalty. In Jagmohan Singh versus Uttar Pradesh All India Record 1973, the validity of death sentence was first time challenged on the ground that it was violative of Article 19 and 21 because it did not provide any procedure. Second, it was contended that the procedure prescribed under the Criminal Procedure Code was confined only to findings of guilt and not awarding death sentence. The Supreme Court held that choice of awarding death sentence is done in accordance with the procedure established by the law. Third, the judges make the choice between capital sentence or imprisonment of life on the basis of circumstances and facts and the nature of crime brought on record during trial. Accordingly, a five-member bench of the court held that capital punishment was not violative of Article 14, 19, and 21 and was therefore constitutionally valid. After this decision, the constitutional validity of death sentence was not open to doubt. But in the case of Rajendra Prasad versus State of Uttar Pradesh, All India Record 1979, Krishna Iyer Justice held that capital punishment would not be justified unless it was shown that the criminal was dangerous to the society. He held that giving discretion to the judge to make choice between death sentence and life imprisonment on special reason under section 354 clause 3 of CRPC would be violative of Article 14, which condemns arbitrariness. In the next case of Attorney General of India versus Lakshma Devi, All India Record 1988, it has been held that the execution of death sentence by public hanging is barbaric and violative of Article 21 of the Constitution. It is true that the crime of which the accused have been found to be guilty is barbaric, but a barbaric crime does not have to be visited with barbaric penalties such as public hanging. Constitutionality of Section 303 of IPC. Section 303 of IPC incorporates punishment for murder by life convict. It contemplates whoever, being under sentence of imprisonment for life, commits murder shall be punished with death. In the case of Mithu versus State of Punjab, All India Record 1983, the legality of Section 303 was examined by the full bench of the Supreme Court. The majority opinion was that this section violates the guarantee of equality contained in Article 14 and also the right contained in Article 21 of the Constitution of India. This section was held to have been conceived to discourage assaults by the life convicts on the prison staff, but the legislatures chose a language which far exceeded its intention. It was further held that the section proceeds on the assumption is not supported by any scientific data. The majority view was that it mainly violates Article 21 of the Constitution. Let's talk about the rarest of rare cases. As it had been stated earlier, after CRPC 1973, death sentence is the exception, while life imprisonment is the rule. Therefore, by virtue of Section 354, Clause 3 of CRPC, it can be said that death sentence be inflicted in special cases only. The apex court modified this terminology in Bachchan Singh's case and observed, I quote, a real and abiding concern for the dignity of human life postulates resistance to taking a life through law's instrumentality. That ought to be done, save in the rarest of rare cases when the alternative opinion is unquestionably foreclosed. To decide whether a case falls under the category of rarest of rare case or not is completely left upon the court's discretion. However, the apex court has laid down a few principles which are to be kept in mind while deciding the question of sentence. One of the very important principle is regarding aggravating and mitigating circumstances. It has been the view of the court that while deciding the question of sentence, a balance sheet of aggravating and mitigating circumstances in that particular case has to be drawn. Full weightage should be given to the mitigating circumstances, and even after that, if the court feels that justice will not be done if any punishment less than the death sentence is awarded, then and only then death sentence should be imposed. Further, in the case of Machi Singh versus State of Punjab, All India Record 1983, the Supreme Court has given a very important guideline with respect to constitutionality of death penalty, which I shall be explaining in the part 2 of this particular video. Thank you so much.